To add a backdrop, I'm going to use the icon for the backdrop library. When you have a backdrop that you would like to use, click on it to select it and click OK. To add a sprite from the Sprite Library, click on the icon for the Sprite Library. Just like with the backdrop, click to select, click OK to add it to your project. Okay, I've added a few extra sprites from the Sprite Library. I've also used the shrink grow buttons to resize my sprites. For example, I can make a sprite smaller or larger. I'm going to begin by creating some sounds for my dance party. By default, Scratch includes pop as the only sound to use, so we need to add sounds from the sound library to our drop-down menu. To do this, click on the Sound tab and then on the icon for the sound library. If you want to listen to the sound, click the play button and then the play button again to pause. Click on the sound that you want and then click OK. This adds the sound to this middle section here, which is your drop-down menu. So if I go to the Scripts tab now, this sound has been added to my drop-down. I can very easily create another block sequence using the Duplicate Stamp button. Click on the top block and I have the same block of code. Now I just need to add another sound from the sound library. Sound tab, sound library icon, back to the Script tab. Because this is a short sound, I'm going to use a wait block so that it doesn't play that sound too often. Wait 1 second. You can change that value in there. I'm going to use 2 seconds. You can add more of these if you want to. Explore the sound library, add extra sounds until you get the kind of dance party sound that you want. The first simple animation I'm going to add is a turn or rotate. I'm going to use the starfish sprite for this. Now, in the same way as we added sounds, we're going to start with when the green flag is clicked and use a forever loop. I'm going to go into motion and I have a clockwise turn and an anti-clockwise turn. Now when the green flag is clicked, the star will rotate. The cat sprite has 2 costumes. I've just used the costume tab to access that. When a sprite has more than 1 costume, we can change the costume to make an animation effect. Again, when the green flag is clicked, forever, but this time we go into looks and choose next costume. Using a wait block, like we did with the sound, slows the animation down. But 1 second is too slow. I recommend using a decimal. 0.5 is a good place to start. And as you can see, the cat switched between its 2 costumes. Let's take a look at that with a different sprite, the hip-hop dancer. In costumes, he has 8 costumes. So the effect that we get from him is going to be much better. test that. So finally, I'm going to add 2 animated effects to my flying hippo. I'm going to change the costume. There's 2 costumes. And I'm also going to make the hippo move and bounce off the edge and keep on doing that. We'll start with the animation. I'm going to create another when the green flag is clicked, and again, use a forever block, but this time I'm going to move 10 steps. By default, the sprite will move to the right, along the x-axis in a positive direction. I'm going to bring in if on edge bounce. One problem with this is that the sprite flips upside down when it goes back in the opposite direction. I need to click on the information in the sprite and change the rotation style to stay level. Let's take a look at it. At the moment, my star is spinning a bit quickly and my hippo is moving a bit fast. These values inside these blocks can be changed. A smaller number is going to slow down my hippo, and in the starfish, a smaller number is going to slow down the spin. So there's lots of different things that you can do. You can add more sprites, you can explore the Sprite Library and the sound library and have a bit of a play around. Enjoy.